croeso. Welcome to the FAW Cup Draw Show, and this season we'll be shining a light on our brilliant domestic game. This evening we have a jam-packed show for you with three cup draws coming your way. Later on we'll have the JD Welsh Cup Draw, the FAW Women's Cup Draw, and we'll find out whether Llangefni or Amlwch will be in that. But first, let's head over to the FAW Youth Cup Draw.
Croeso I bencadlys Cymdeithas Bêl-dro Cymru. Welcome to the FAW HQ for today's FAW Youth Cup Round 1 draw. Congratulations to the 6 winners from qualifying Round 1, who will be today joined by the 46 other clubs in Round 1 for today's draw. This stage of the competition remains regionalised. Today's draw sees us with 42 clubs from South Wales and 12 clubs from North Wales. As per the decision made by the National Cup Board, today's draw will provide buys to the 4 semi-finalists from last year's competition. In addition, as a result of the number of entrants in South Wales, the first 2 clubs drawn from South Wales will be provided with buys to the next round of the competition. I'm today joined by Kieran O'Connor, former President of the Football Association of Wales and current member of the National Cup Board, who will be assisting me with today's draw. We will begin with the northern section of today's Round 1 FAW Youth Cup draw. Kevin Druids. Wrexham AFC. So a nice local derby for the first round draw. Brimbo Lodge. And travelling to Brimbo will be Buckley Town. Rhyw Moyn. Colwyn Bay. Next out of the hat is Connors Quay Nomads. And travelling to D-side will be Gronant. Carnarvon Town will have a home tie. And travelling to the Oval will be Harden. Down to the final tie. The home fixture for Llandudno. And travelling to the OPS Wind Arena to face Llandudno will be Mynydd Isa. And that concludes the northern section of the draw. We will now continue with the southern section of the draw. The first 2 teams drawn out of the bowl will be provided with buys to the next round due to the number of entrants in the competition. Garden Village. Joining Garden Village into the next round with a bye will be Britain Ferry Llansawel. The first team drawn in the southern section for round 1 of the FAW Youth Cup. Croes y Ceiliog. Facing Croes y Ceiliog will be Pontyclun. Next up is Kevin Forest. And they'll have a home fixture in round 1 of the FAW Youth Cup Draw. And they will face AFC Penrhyw Caiba. Garw Boys and Girls Club. Next up we have Tonongelli Boys and Girls Club. Pontardawe Town, next up in round 1 of the FAW Youth Cup Draw. Aberdare Town. Pontypridd United. Merthyr Town. Ely Rangers. Risca United. Evans and Williams from West Wales, next up in the FAW Youth Cup Draw. Trevelyan Boys and Girls Club. Penrhyw Caiba Rangers. Vale United. And is here Albions. Trio Win Stars. Llantwit Major. Monmouth Town. Next up we have Cascade. Canton Liberal. Treherbert Boys and Girls Club. Caldicott Town. Abergavenny Town. Llanelli Town. Next up in the Youth Cup draw we have Bailey Glass. And travelling to Bailey Glass will be Newport County. Cwmbran Town. Sully Sports. AFC Bargoed. Next up we have Barrytown United, who obviously were victorious in qualifying round 1 over Mumbles Rangers. Next up we have Cwmbran Celtic. And travelling to Celtic Park will be AFC Llwyd Coed. Down to the final few ties.
Good.
Fleur de Lis. Aberystwyth Town. Be a home tie for Blaenavon Blues. And travelling to Blaenavon will be Taffswell. And the final tie in today's southern section of the draw. There'll be a home fixture for Pencoed Athletic. And travelling to Pencoed will be Carmarthen Town. And that concludes the southern section of today's Round 1 FAW Youth Cup Draw.
Well, pob luck to all the teams in the FAW Youth Cup. But now, croeso I Cai Bob Parry, home of Llangefni Town Ladies, and this evening they'll take on Amlwch Town Ladies in an Anglesey derby for a spot in that first round cup draw. So, let's go meet our hosts.
So this season we've entered into every cup we can possibly enter to. We've entered the Welsh Cup. Tonight, obviously, we tried for a wild card into the Adran Trophy, which is the trophy for the league above us, and we got accepted for that. So we're going to be playing teams like Wrexham, Llanfair, all the teams above us, really. So it's just credit to the girls, really, because it's really brave for them to do it, to face them sides. So yeah, credit to them. It means a lot, really, because I think in especially the ladies' game, they hear about the men's version of the Welsh Cup, and the way the men treat the Welsh Cup is with some great esteem. So the ladies pick up on that, and yeah, they've just been excited for it all week. Really, they can't wait to get going, and the fact that it's against Amlwch, which is a derby game as well, makes it yeah, a little bit more special as well.
Yeah, very excited, ready for the next round now. But yeah, I scored with my left foot for one of them, so that's quite impressive. I don't usually use my left foot, so I'll take that one. Definitely happy with that one.
Also, it's nice to win your rivals, isn't it, in your local derby, isn't it? You know what I mean? So it's something that you can be proud of, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's things you look forward to, isn't it? It's locals, isn't it? Yeah, it's very good. Well, it brings confidence and good spirits within the teams, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Having a good cup run and having the confidence to go and play these games, you know, it's a big thing in football, in any sport really. It's one of them things that you look forward to.
Well, commiserations to Llangefni Town Ladies, but congratulations to Amlwch Town Ladies. Now let's find out who exactly they'll be facing in the round 1 of the FAW Women's Cup Draw.
Hi all, and welcome to the first round draw of this year's FAW Women's Cup. I'm joined today by Kieran O'Connor, former president of the FAW. We had some really exciting games last weekend with the qualifying round, with 20 teams from those games joining 12 teams who were given byes in the last round. In addition to Amlwch versus Llangefni, which was featured just before, Pwllheli and NFA went through in the north, and we had more exciting ties in the south. For example, Cardiff Wanderers beating Cwmbran Celtic 5-4 on penalties, and also Tonrhyl versus Coed Duon, who finished 5-3. Congratulations to all the winners from the qualifying round, and best of luck to all our teams going through into round 1. We will now crack on with the northern draw, which starts with 12 teams, with Aberystwyth also joining us in the north this year. So, our first home team will be Amlwch Town. Okay. And facing Amlwch we will have Llandudno. Next home team will be Rhyl 1879. Facing Rhyl will be NFA. Next out the hat is Connors Quay Nomads. And they will play host to Llanfair United. The New Saints will play against Airbus UK Broughton. Felon Healy will host Wrexham. And our final tie for the north is Aberystwyth Town. And travelling to Aberystwyth is Pwllheli. So that concludes the northern side of the draw. Okay, we will now continue with the southern side of the draw. For this pot we have 20 teams and it includes last season's winners Cardiff City. So Kieran, if you would like to call the first name. Okay, and first out of the hat is Barry Town United. So travelling to Barry will be fellow Adran Premier side Pontypridd United. Britain Ferry Llansawell. And they will be welcoming Merthyr Town. Caerphilly Castle, one of our winners from this weekend's qualifying round. Will host Cardiff Met, who reached last season's final. Swansea City. be welcoming Code Frank. Okay, our next home team is another of this weekend's winners, Cardiff Wanderers. And they welcome Caldicott Town. Okay, the next home team is Carmarthen Town. And they will be playing Tonrefale Welfare. Aberdare Town. We'll welcome Llanelli Town. Cardiff City, last year's winners. We'll be playing Cascade. 2 more ties left. Abergavenny will be at home. And they will be facing Swansea University. And our final tie Pontardawe home. Versus Pencoed Athletic. So that concludes round 1 of the FAW Women's Cup. These ties will be played on Sunday the 9th of October. Best of wishes to all our teams involved.
And a massive pub luck to all the teams in the FAW Women's Cup. And of course we'll be following that competition throughout the season. But now on to the JD Welsh Cup. And we've just arrived at Victoria Park, home of Llanidloes Town, where today they'll take on Gresford Athletic for a place in the second round draw. Let's go meet them.
Yeah, it's a big game. Obviously the biggest cup competition we enter. It's always nice to have a home draw. And yeah, we're feeling confident. Obviously we face a tough test, but at home, these are games really we expect to win, and hopefully we'll be in that second round draw on Tuesday night. Last year we got to the second round and we were knocked out by Bangor before they then folded. But it would be nice, you know, we said to the lads, it'd be nice for us to get through today, and then hopefully we get another favourable draw maybe at home and just see where we can go. You know, the teams from our league have been known to go into the quarters and the semis, and obviously we've been saying to the lads, why can't we this year?
I've won the Welsh Cup myself, so I know myself how important this is to clubs financially and also as a distraction from the league. It's nice to get later on the cup. I think the furthest we've got in this cup, we played TNS maybe 8 years ago. I think round before the quarterfinals, might be in the 4th round, so I think that's the furthest Gresford ever got. And financially, and also it's great to be a part of a great competition.
Yeah, I don't score many to be honest, so that'll probably be the only one of the season, but yeah, if I'm going to score it's going to be a header, isn't it? So yeah, it was good. I think for a home draw, but in terms of like who we get, to be honest, we don't really mind. It'd be nice to get like a Welsh Prem team, like test ourselves against them, but yeah, whoever you're going to get in the next round is going to be tough, isn't it? So yeah, just happy to be in the next round really.
Llongyfarchiadau mawr I Gresford Athletic. Now, time to find out exactly who they'll face in the round 2 of the JD Welsh Cup.
Welcome to the FAW HQ for today's JD Welsh Cup Draw for round 2 of this year's version of the competition. Today's draw sees the introduction of the 12 JD Cymru Premier sides, as well as the 16 highest ranked JD Cymru North and South sides based on their finishing positions from the 2021-2022 seasons. These 28 clubs will join the 36 winners from round 1, and congratulations to those sides for the progress they have made thus far in the competition. This stage of the competition remains regionalised, but on the back of the decision made by the National Cup Board prior to the 2021-2022 season, round 2 will be seeded. Therefore, the 32 highest ranked sides have been placed on the seeded side of the draw and have been split between North and South. Likewise, the 32 lowest ranked sides have been split into North and South and make up the unseeded side of the draw. This is to make the Northern and Southern sections both contain 32 clubs, each with 16 seeded and 16 unseeded sides. The board's objective with this change is to generate more David and Goliath ties and local rivalries, which will hopefully spark local interest for the clubs and the competition in general. We will begin with the northern section of the draw. As you can see, the balls have been split into the seeded and unseeded bowls. As per the changes made by the National Cup Board, all seeded clubs will be drawn away from home in round 2 of the draw. First up at home in the northern section, round 2 of the JD Welsh Cup will be Prestatyn Town. And travelling to Bastion Gardens will be Llandudno. So an all JD Cymru North side to start the draw. Next up we have Bow Street. And travelling to Bow Street will be Colwyn Bay. There will be a home fixture for Mould Alexandra. And Mould will welcome Holyhead Hotspur. Be a home fixture for Flint Mountain. And Flint Mountain will welcome Carnarvon Town. Penacai will have a home tie in round 2 of the JD Welsh Cup. And Penacai will face Gilsfield. Next up, we have Llanuwchllyn And they will face Holywell Town. Next out of the hat, we have Caersus. And they will face Flint Town United. Harden Rangers are the next team out of the hat in round 2 of this year's JD Welsh Cup. And travelling to Harden will be Bala Town. FC Queen's Park. And FC Queen's Park will welcome Airbus. Next up, we have Denby Town or Llanrwst United. Their round 1 tie is to be played this forthcoming weekend. Travelling to either Denby or Llanrwst will be Connors Quay Nomads. There will be a home tie for Felinheli. And they will face Conwy Borough. Rill 1879. Travelling to Bellevue will be Ruthin Town. Down to the final few ties now. Llandudno Albion will play at home in the next round of the JD Welsh Cup. And they will face Buckley Town. Next up, we have Chirk 3As. And Chirk will face current champions, the New Saints. It's a nice tie for round 2 of the competition. Next up we have Glantraeth. And Glantraeth will face Kevin Druids. And down to the final tie. Llanrug United will host the final tie in the northern section of the draw. And Llanrug will host Gresford Athletic. And that concludes the northern section of the draw. We will now continue with the southern section of the draw. As with the northern section, the clubs have been split into seeded and unseeded pots, and all seeded sides will play away from home in round 2 of the competition. For the geographical purposes of the draw, Aberystwyth Town and Newtown have been placed in the southern section of today's draw. First out of the hat in the southern section, we have Canton Liberal. And travelling to face Canton will be Llanelli Town. It's a nice journey up the M4 for Lee John's men. Next up, we have home fixture for Pill AFC. And travelling to face Pill will be Cardiff Met. Be a home tie for Thomas Bluebirds. Obviously play their fixtures at Ystrad and travelling to Ystrad to face Thomas Bluebirds will be Haverfordwest County. Be a home fixture for Abergavenny Town, newly promoted to the JD Cymru South. And facing Abergavenny at £10 will be Goitre United. So an all JD Cymru South tie in round 2. Next up we have Hakin United, one of the lowest ranked sides left in the competition. They progressed with a 1-0 win over Avon Lido in round 1. And travelling to Hakin will be Taffswell. Next up, we have Risca United. And facing Risca will be Penabont, who obviously reached last year's final of the competition. Next up we have Pencode Athletic. And Pencode will welcome Aberystwyth Town. Chepstow Town will have a home tie in round 2 of the JD Welsh Cup. and they will face Pontypridd United, obviously been newly promoted to the JD Cymru Premier this season. Be a home fixture for FAW. And FAW will face Barry Town United. Pontardawe Town will have a home tie in round 2 of the JD Welsh Cup. Head in to Parc Ynys will be Cambrian and Clydach Vale Boys and Girls Club. So another all JD Cymru South tie in round 2. Next out of the hat we have Penydarren Boys and Girls Club. Headed over to Merthyr will be Swansea University. Next up we have Cardiff Corinthians. And facing Cardiff Corinthians will be Newtown. Be a home tie for Aberfan. And in round 2, Aberfan will be hosting Trevelyan Boys and Girls Club. Down to the final few fixtures now. There is going to be a home fixture for Croeso Ceiliog. Croeso Ceiliog will host Britain Ferry Llansawel. Next up we have Cwmbran Celtic. They progress with a 1-0 win over Ammanford in round 1 on the weekend. And they will face Llantwit Major, who were obviously champions of the JD Cymru South last season. And our final tie in the southern section of the draw. We have a home fixture for Newport City. And Newport City will face Carmarthen Town. And that concludes the southern section of the draw. All ties in round 2 of the JD Welsh Cup will be played over the weekend of the 7th and 8th of October.